Welcome to the Office of Disability Services at Shelton State Community College. We are conveniently located on the first floor of the college's Martin campus in room 1362. Our staff members are excited you've chosen Shelton State for the next part of your educational journey, and we look forward to getting to know you. Our mission in the Office of Disability Services, or ODS, is to provide services to you that ensure your equal access in all the college's programs, services, activities, and facilities. With guidance provided under the Americans with Disabilities Act, the ADA Amendments Act, and Section 504 of the Rehabilitation Act, our faculty and staff are ready to work cooperatively with you. Your trust is important to our work, and confidentiality of all academic and disability information will be maintained unless requested by you or required by law.
The staff in the Office of Disability Services works with students of varying ages and disabilities who are enrolled at Shelton State. Once you register as a student, you are considered an adult, and you must become your own best advocate. To receive services, reach out to someone in our office. Don't be scared or embarrassed to ask for help. Students in all areas of the college receive assistance, artists, athletes, and chefs included. We will be glad to discuss how you can get started receiving assistance with your academic experience here at Shelton State. The accommodation process should begin prior to the semester you will be attending. Each student is different, and so are the ways we can assist. Accommodations are not retroactive, so we can't go back and help you with things you may have needed help with prior to registering with our department, but we will address your future together.
The law defines a person as disabled if he or she has a mental or physical impairment which substantially limits one or more major life activity, has a record of such an impairment, and is regarded as having an impairment. The ODS works with students from all walks of life and many experiences. For example, the ODS serves students who may have attention deficit disorder, learning disabilities, brain injuries, autism spectrum disorder, mental health conditions, medical conditions, hearing or visual impairments.
Well, when I face the anxiety, again, when you're at a new place, you don't know anybody. You're at a strange new environment. It's like a fish out of water, almost. So at that, the form of disability, you really feel like, oh, I'm out. So when I got to ODS, that really showed me, hey, I'm like everyone else.
When I arrived at ODS, the process was very seamless. I was able to speak with Ms. Minor and just express to her that one of my instructors, Dr. Green, suggested that I come and speak with her and express to her that I was needing more time to complete my in-class assignment. I followed up on one of the recommendations that she gave me. After seeing the physician that I chose, I came back to see her, turned in the papers to her, and that really was it.
Shelton State's ODS provides services on a case-by-case basis. Reasonable accommodations, academic adjustments, and auxiliary aids are unique to each student and course. In order to receive accommodations, it is important for students to follow this process. First, make contact with the ODS before the beginning of your semester. This is important to ensure your needs are met in a timely manner. You'll be asked to provide documentation from a qualified professional. This information must detail the nature of your disability, your functional limitations, and include the reasons for your requested accommodations. This documentation will be reviewed to determine your eligibility. You'll also want to complete the appropriate forms you'll need for your initial meeting with the ODS. It is important to have all your information ready prior to your intake meeting. What's your intake meeting? This is where you'll meet with our staff to talk about how your disability impacts your education. You'll discuss rules and expectations, talk about previous accommodations, and receive your agreement letter. You'll use this agreement letter to inform your instructors about your approved accommodations. You can hand-deliver or email this letter to obtain signatures before you return it to the ODS. Finally, you'll want to attend an orientation if possible. If you qualify for services, you have the right to equal access to educational programs, services, activities, and facilities throughout Shelton State. The right to reasonable and effective accommodations, academic adjustments, and auxiliary aids. The right to confidentiality regarding information pertaining to your disability, and the right to information reasonably available in accessible formats. As a student receiving services, you also have responsibilities. You'll be expected to meet the college's qualifications and essential academic, institutional, and technical standards. You'll be asked to self-identify and request accommodations in a timely manner. You must provide requested appropriate documentation and maintain the college's academic standards and code of conduct. You can ask questions about your responsibilities with any member of our staff or your instructors.
Being proactive and holding yourself accountable and being responsible for communicating. Communication is definitely the priority component in order to have a successful experience with ODS. They are here, they are always in place to provide the services, and they're willing to provide what it is that you need. However, it was my responsibility to communicate every time what I needed and when I needed the accommodations.
Faculty members are committed to being our partners in this process. As our partners, they will provide equal academic opportunities for students with disabilities, and they will hold you accountable to the academic standards of the college, their department, and your program of study. They will expect you to be mindful of class rules and adhere to the code of conduct. In addition to including a statement on their class syllabus letting you know that accommodations are available, instructors will always refer students who inquire about accommodations to the ODS. They will communicate with the ODS to discuss accommodations and ensure they are approved, and they will deny requests for accommodations if a letter of approval is not provided.
So it really is just a team effort between the faculty and the ODS staff, and the student. They're a part of that team, to get the best positioning for that student, for that individual student, so that that student can move forward and meet their goals.
It is important to remember that Shelton State Community College is committed to your education through its own rights. The college has the right to maintain academic standards, to request qualifying documents for students with disabilities, to have an interactive meeting with students to determine appropriate adjustments, aids, or accommodations, to deny requests for accommodations when documentation fails to verify the need for services requested, and deny requests that would constitute a financial burden to the college or any substantial alteration or change to an essential course or program standard. The Office of Disability Services at Shelton State Community College is available to provide information and answer questions. We are on campus Monday through Thursday from 8 o'clock a.m. until 5 o'clock p.m. and on Fridays from 8 o'clock a.m. until noon. You can call our office at 205-391-2983 or email ods@sheltonstate.edu. We look forward to seeing you soon.